Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You're watching South Asian Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 15th of October. BRICS an attack on dollar. Tariffs made nations drop out of bloc, claims Trump. Canada stressing domestic security in India dealings, says Foreign Minister. And over 15 killed as fresh fighting breaks out on Pakistan-Afghanistan border. And now for all the details. US President Donald Trump during a bilateral lunch with Argentina's president at the White House said that BRICS was an attack on the dollar and noted that countries that want to deal in dollars have an advantage over those that do not. He categorically asserted that the US will impose tariffs on countries that wish to join the bloc. I told anybody that wants to be in BRICS, that's fine, but we are going to put tariffs on your nation. Everybody dropped out. They are all dropping out of BRICS, Trump claimed. The grouping, originally formed by Brazil, Russia, India and China, now includes South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, UAE and Indonesia, making it a 10-member grouping. Trump has previously labelled BRICS as a coalition of countries working against US interests. However, India's position on the dollar remains clear. In response to rising speculation, Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar has emphasized that India has no intention of challenging the dollar's global role and that the country's relations with the United States are at their best. Canada is emphasizing domestic security and the rule of law as it seeks to rebuild ties with India. Foreign Minister Anita Anand said on Tuesday after her talks with top leadership in New Delhi this week. Prime Minister Mark Carney has urged diversifying trade and strengthening relations with major nations, including those with strained ties amid US tariffs on Canadian goods. Relations between India and Canada had soured after then Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in 2023 accused Indian diplomats of involvement in the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar, an allegation New Delhi firmly denied, calling it baseless. India, in turn, accused Ottawa of sheltering extremist elements that threaten its sovereignty. Anand said Canada's current approach focuses on first ensuring domestic security while re-engaging with India through constructive dialogue to restore mutual trust and expand cooperation.
From a Canadian standpoint, we consider it extremely important to protect the domestic population from foreign interference, from transnational repression, and from any contravention of the criminal code or the rule of law on Canadian soil. That is a priority not only for me as Minister, but for our entire government, including the Minister of Public Safety, as well as the Prime Minister himself.
India and Canada agreed on Monday to revive ties, pledging to collaborate on critical minerals, trade and agriculture, a joint statement said. India is Canada's top source of temporary foreign workers and international students, but a backlog of applications has built up since Trudeau's allegations in 2023.
We are very keen to support Canadian academic institutions and their desire for additional students internationally. And in particular, what we stressed yesterday was the importance of Indian students in Canada.
At least 18 people were killed as fresh clashes erupted between Pakistani and Afghan forces along their volatile border on Wednesday. Pakistan said 6 paramilitary soldiers died after militants attacked near Chaman, while the Taliban claimed more than 12 Afghan civilians were killed when Pakistani forces launched strikes across the frontier. Fighting reportedly lasted 5 hours, with both sides blaming each other for the escalation. The Taliban asserted it had captured Pakistani posts and destroyed military facilities, a claim Islamabad rejected. Tensions have soured since Pakistan accused the Taliban of harboring militants responsible for cross-border attacks, a charge Kabul denies. The renewed violence, the worst since the Taliban's 2021 takeover, has halted trade, stranded trucks and drawn concerns from China, Russia and the US. The clashes also come amid Afghan Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi's visit to India, which announced plans to reopen its embassy in Kabul. Moving on. In Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, residents continue to demand justice for those killed during recent protest. Despite a government agreement, locals remain doubtful about real change on the ground. We have a report.
Recently, Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir witnessed massive protests under the leadership of Joint Awami Action Committee. Various sections of society participated against the government's negligence and ineffective policies. Protesters were also concerned about their basic rights and facilities, which were continuously suppressed by the POJK government.
कि कौमें अपने इज्तिमाई मसाइल के हल के लिए जो उनके इज्तिमाई बुनियादी मसाइल होते हैं उनके हल के लिए एक मुनज़्ज़म प्लेटफार्म के नीचे पुरअमन जदोजहद करती है। मैं इस तहरीक के जो हमारे बुनियादी मकासद हैं वही 38 चार्टर्ड ऑफ नुकात हैं वो कैसे हल करने हैं वो सारी बाशऊर कौम कश्मीरी कौम इंदर से ताव पर जान चुकी है, लेकिन वो आगे भी इसी तरह अपने जो हमारे कायदीन हैं उन्हीं की ही बातों को सुनते हुए नज़्म ज़ब्त के साथ और पुरअमन रह के ही हल हो सकते हैं। और जिन्होंने तशद्दुद किया चाहे वो फावड़ा से हो या जिस जगह से भी हो, इंशाअल्लाह मुझे बहसीयत मुसलमान ये यकीन है कि अगर कानून ने उनको सजा ना मिली तो अल्लाह की लाठी पे आवाज है उनको इंशाअल्लाह जरूर सजा मिलेगी।
Although an agreement has been reached between the top authorities and the Joint Awami Action Committee, the local people are still raising questions about the intentions of Prime Minister Chaudhry Anwar ul Haq's government. It remains to be seen whether the government will actually take effective measures to provide relief to the people, or if, as always, its assurances will once again prove to be mere rhetoric.
Moving on. Former Prime Minister of Nepal, Sher Bahadur Deoba, has demanded security assurance from the interim government for the upcoming elections in March next year, as he appeared for the first time in public on Tuesday after the Gen Z revolution of September. Deoba, while addressing the Central Working Committee meeting of his party, the Nepali Congress raised the issue of absence of security for its conduct and stated that the election is the only way out to bring the country to constitutional path. The five-time Prime Minister called on the government to boost the morale of security agencies, referring to the September 9 attack on the public as well as private properties. With rising intra-party rift, Deoba also called for unity and encouraged communication with other parties that believe in the democratic system in order to save the constitution.
एक्काइस गते प्रतिस्पर्धाको निर्वाचन गर्ने जित्नुभएको छ, तथापि स्वतन्त्र निष्पक्ष र भयरहित निर्वाचनको वातावरण बन्न सकेको छैन। निर्वाचनको पूर्व शर्तमा रहेको शान्ति सुरक्षाको ग्यारेन्टी छैन।
And at least 16 people have lost their lives and several others were injured in a fire that broke out at a garment factory and an adjacent chemical warehouse in Bangladeshi capital Dhaka on Tuesday. The fire started around midday on the third floor of the 7-story factory and quickly spread to a nearby warehouse storing bleaching powder, plastic and hydrogen peroxide, an official said. Witnesses said locked doors and poor safety measures trapped many workers inside. Firefighters battled the flames for nearly 3 hours before bringing the factory fire under control. Grief-stricken relatives gathered outside Dhaka Medical College Hospital morgue and the church site searching for missing loved ones. Authorities said both the factory and warehouse lacked approval and fire safety plans. The tragedy has once again highlighted Bangladesh's recurring industrial safety failures. Officials fear the death toll could rise as rescue operations continue.
কেন গেটে তালা ছিল এটা বড় প্রশ্ন। গেটে তালা না হলে কিন্তু পোলাপান বের হয়ে যেত, কারণ পাশের বাড়িতে আগুন লাগছিল। ওদের ফ্যাক্টরিতে কিন্তু নয়, ওখান থেকে সিটটা দিতে তারা বের হয়ে যেত।
And that's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Till then, good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.